Expense Audit by AppZen utilizes artificial intelligence to audit 100% of your employee expense reports and receipts in real time to identify more risk and help keep your team compliant. By integrating seamlessly with your current expense automation software, Expense Audit gives your teams a more effective way to review expense reports prior to reimbursing your employees. Let's dive in and take a look at how it works. Here in the workbench is a list of expense reports that have been audited. This is where your team can see things like report number, submission date, amount, and, most importantly, the risk score associated to each expense report. Since you have AI by your side, low to medium scores can be confidently cleared for reimbursement without an auditor or manager review. High-risk reports are what need an auditor's attention. By clicking into a high-risk report, an auditor can review the expense report details. In this report, we can see that 5 line items need an auditor's attention, and that all the other lines have been marked in green and cleared as low-risk line items. Opening up one of the line item details, you can see which audit checks this line item has failed. In this example, we can see that this line item failed the receipt verification check due to a mismatch between what the employee typed in as the reimbursable amount and what appears in the receipt. By pulling open the receipt image, it's clear that the $134.28 inputted by the employee does not match the $34.28 on the receipt. As an auditor, I'm going to reject this back to the employee to call out what needs to be corrected on the report prior to reimbursement. Jumping into another line item, we can see this line failed the duplicate audit check, and that the receipt expensed in this line looks similar to a receipt submitted in an expense report from a few weeks ago. Pulling up the receipts from both reports shows an itemized and non-itemized receipt for the same restaurant at the same time and for the same amounts. Clearly, this is a duplicate expense that should not be reimbursed. Expense Audit can also spot issues where online resources were leveraged. For the price audit check, we can see that this expensed lunch exceeded the average price per meal for one person at this restaurant by over 3 times the standard amount. Opening up the receipt shows that multiple entrees were ordered, without any explanation as to why or who else was in attendance. Unauthorized and out-of-policy purchases like alcohol, tobacco, and anything else that might fall outside of policy can also be identified with an AI-driven approach. This line item for a car rental failed the unauthorized expense check due to a luxury upgrade. With the ability to translate all major languages, Expense Audit keeps you compliant no matter where your team travels. Diving into one last line item, you can see a merchant category check fail, where the merchant holding name and address on this receipt, K-Cal Inc., was associated to an adult entertainment club after an online search, which is clearly an out-of-policy expense. Expense Audit can also identify things like day spas, salons, and theaters, where non-approved company spend should not be occurring. These are just a few of the many benefits an AI-driven approach to expense auditing can provide. With Expense Audit by your side, you can stay confident that 100% of your company expense reports are being reviewed and that policy is consistently being enforced. Reach out to learn more about how AppZen is leveraging artificial intelligence to change the future of auditing and business processes.